Public cover under public participation. Okay.
My name is Susan Publicover. I live at 40 Isleview Place with my husband Nelson. He's sitting right here. We're here before the council and village community this evening to publicly bring attention to and seek answers for the huge expanse of devastation that recently occurred at the head of our lovely street. For the first actual view of the for us, the first actual view occurred on Wednesday evening, April 9th at about 5:30 p.m. Upon a return from a brief holiday, we found numerous trees topped and removed, the accurate number of which is difficult to determine. Neighbors on our street, from whom we also speak this evening, describe this devastation as looking like a war zone, the site of a plane crash, eyesore, shocking, tragedy, horrifying, and more. All of these comments are from members of a community that obviously takes great pride in beautiful entrances, and for example, look at the community daffodil bulb plantings and other beautiful spaces that everyone, residents and visitors alike, can enjoy all year round. The entrance to Isleview Place is no different than any other of these entrances or spaces in the community. In addition to the destruction of the trees, we were very shocked that our neighbors had been told by the village office and Mr. Michael Broughton that we gave permission for this devastation to occur, which is categorically untrue. We want dissemination of this information to stop immediately. We would never presume to give permission for tree removal or cutting on property that is not ours, nor would we do so for municipal property. Since we bought our home over 6 years ago, we have wanted to be responsible members of our community, confer with neighbors, and abide by community bylaws. Mr. Broughton first mentioned to me that he wanted to trim trees last fall when I was at the store. He told me that he was concerned about a maple and a Doug fir blocking the view from there. He even pointed in the direction of what is now devastation from the store parking lot. But my husband and I were honestly never sure exactly which couple of trees he was referring to. Between then and when we left on our brief holiday, we chatted with him at the store occasionally and exchanged emails, which we will provide at next council's meeting at a more complete presentation. All along he stated he would closely work with us and our neighbors on Isleview before anything would be done. Just a couple of days after we left on holiday, the cutting began, and just a couple of days before we returned, the cutting was completed. We were never called, no one came by our home to discuss the cutting. Some time ago, we also wrote to Mr. Broughton about our concern over the stability of the slope in the event trees were removed. He assured us in an email he would not remove trees. With the recent devastation of vegetation and potential subsequent death of the trees that remain, we and our neighbors are very concerned about the stability of the slope, not only because of the tree cutting and removal, but also as a result of the tremendous amount of debris, deadfall, that has been left on the slope, which will likely prevent other vegetation like ferns to normally grow, thereby destabilizing the vertical slope. Will erosion be creeping toward our property? Will the street collapse? There are municipal easements along the streets in the village. We would like to know where the easements extend along our street. Are some of the cut trees on municipal land? If so, what processes were followed to obtain permission for cutting and tree removal? And that was all I had to say, and I'm more than willing to give this to you for your record.
Sure. Let me just check in with the table to see, because I know that the next speaker is Nelson.
Yep.
Public cover, I'm assuming on the same topic.